I know that you, because I would never let my friends die. Leroy!
You guys, welcome to Derry. Episode 6 was flames, bro. All these episodes have been fire so far, back to back. Still want to see more, obviously, Pennywise the clown, but we've seen tons of it since the first episode. He's a shapeshifter. Let's make this very clear. So, the big thing about this episode that just really stood out for me was Will getting the dog shit slapped out of him. That nigga was flying. He got smacked so hard his daddy slapped the shit out of him and he flew. That was crazy. Goddamn. Nigga, you powerful. But Will's a kid, so he's a kid. Even I can probably make him fly. But I just want to say this. Leroy, and thank you, Holland, for saying it. You've been doing a whole bunch of bootlicking. He doesn't love his family enough for me. And when I say he doesn't love his family enough for me, he doesn't love his family enough to get the fuck out of this town. And there's many reasons why. One, after we seen what the ultimatum he gave Halloran, if you don't let us keep stressing you out, you either go to jail or you do what we say. He literally told him, if you don't get up, you're going to get locked up. Halloran doesn't want to go to prison, so obviously he's going to eventually agree to do it, but it won't be genuine that he's involving himself with this entity, because even he's telling Leroy, leave this thing alone. I need to leave it alone. We fucked up. Because if he really loved his family, he would have been got about this town. He would have not cared about going to prison about it. He would have got out of this town, because his whole mission here, he's just constantly been accepting orders and not even going against them, knowing none of this shit he's doing is making sense. They're trying to contain something, right, that they want to use to put fear in the Russians, right? But they can't even, they don't even know how to deal with this thing or counter it. They're hoping Leroy's fear is enough to deal with this thing and Halloran's abilities. And we just seen what it did to Halloran. So what are y'all gonna do? Nigga, get the fuck out of this town. And then he slapped Will for just keeping it buck. Will was just keeping it real. Because one, Paulie didn't need to jump in front of the bullet like an idiot. He could have just pushed the gun away, if anything. Why you jump in front of the bullet? But people do desperate stuff in crucial times like that. Like, Paulie did something. And mind you, Leroy the one with the gun. Why are we blaming Will when Leroy the one with the gun? And Leroy, after dealing with the same entity that has been haunting his son and almost drowned his son, and he saw this, and he's doing nothing but scolding him and bashing him. And just like in real life, how all the kids are asking for the adults to listen, Leroy's not listening to his son. And he tells them, "You gonna be safe?" No, he'll be safe when he's out of the whole town. He's safe on his army base. He was safer in whatever fucking town he was in. It's bad enough your son already got to deal with racism. Let's make that clear. What area they're living in. And you're choosing to keep them on this army base with some weird fucked up ass clown. You know about it. You guys been getting cooked by it. Halloran can barely deal with it. And you're choosing to still continue this. Nigga, get the fuck up out of here. If you really loved your family enough, you wouldn't be scared of doing no fucking jail time if it meant you had to get your family up out of here. Because if anything, you would just be going to prison. Your family not going to prison. At least they out of the town and safe. Just saying. But overall, welcome to Derry episode 6. Been fire. Been amazing. Liked it. I love the past sequence with Pennywise in it. Showing his daughter that he don't want to claim. I wouldn't want to claim her crazy ass either. I killed your daddy. I'm your daddy now? I'm your daddy? Bruh. That girl crazy. But no, I'm fully on Will's side. I'm not on Leroy's side. I understand why Leroy slapped him. But even then, bruh, you are not being of no help to your son. Like, you are literally just making the whole situation worse and not making your son feel supported. Because, one, the adults wasn't going to listen to them anyways. And Leroy was going to keep as much discretion as possible about his mission from his family, because that's what you're supposed to do when you work in stuff like the military. You're not supposed to be telling your friends and everybody all the stuff about your missions and stuff and what you're doing. You're really not supposed to. You can, but it's risky if you do so. But at the end of the day, Nick, get the fuck out that town. You crazy? But now we see in the It movies, he's stuck in that town. He chose to stay there, and there's probably a good reason why. It's probably just him accepting the fact, like, I fucked up in defending my family. And that's ultimately what's probably going to be what happens. That's why he's just... him being in this town is either Pennywise influence, or this is like a personal prison for him. This is like his prison that he chose to just accept because he felt to protect his family. I don't know. But all I'm saying is this show's fucking amazing, bro. This show's amazing.